student, today we are going to start chapter number 9 and 10 of class 8 subject English 2. Chapter number 9 mode and chapter number 10 the infinitive. We are going to start first chapter number 9 mode. The simplest use of a verb is to make a statement of fact or ask a question, as I write to my brother every week who wrote the letter. But a verb may also be used to express a command, as write neatly, or a verb may be used to express a mere supposition, as if I were you, I would not do it. These different modes or manners in which a verb may be used to express an action are called modes. Latin modus, manner. Definition: mode is the mode or manner in which the action denoted by the verb is represented. There are three modes in English: indicative, imperative and subjunctive. Okay. Indicative mode. The indicative mode is used to make a sentence of fact, as Rama goes to school daily, to ask a question, as have you found your book. In each of these sentences, the verb in italics is said to be the indicative mode. Imperative mode. The imperative mode is used to express a command, as wait there, obey the traffic rules, and exhortation, as take care of your health, and entreaty or prayer, as have mercy upon us, give us this day our daily bread. In each of these sentences, the verb in italics is said to be the imperative mode. A verb which expresses a command, an exhortation, an entreaty or prayer is in imperative mode. Subjunctive mode. The subjunctive mode is used to express a wish or desire, as long live the president, God bless you, I wish Sita were here. A condition or supposition contrary to fact, as if I were you, I would agree. If I were you, but I am not, I should agree. If I were king, you should be queen. If I were here, he would support me. In each of these sentences, the verb in italics is said to be in the subjunctive mode. A verb which expresses doubt of any kind, or for instance a condition or supposition contrary to fact, a wish, a purpose, is in the subjective mode. In form, the subjective differs from the indicative in the following ways. In the case of the verb, be the subjective has distinct forms for the present tense and past tense. Present, past. Indicative, subjunctive, indicative, subjunctive. I am, I be. He is, he be. We are, we be. You are, you be. They are, they be. I was, I were. He was, he were. We were, we were. You were, they were, they were. Second, in other words, verbs, the subjective has the same form as the indicative, except in the third person singular number of the present tense. Present, indicative, subjunctive. He speaks, he speak. Exercise. Read the following sentences carefully and say whether the italics verb are indicative, imperative and subjective mode. First one, Napoleon died at St. Helena. So, it is which sentence it is? It is indicative mode, right? Indicative mode. Second, come here. So, died is the indicative mode. Come here, it is the imperative mode. Third one, try to be better. It is again, try is the imperative mode. Fourth one, I wish I were a millionaire. It is subjunctive mode. Fifth one, open page 7 of your book. It is imperative mode. Imperative mode. Sixth one, are you well? It is indicative mode. Seventh, let her go. Imperative mood. Eighth one, if we started now we would be in time. It is subjunctive mood. Ninth, we are taught English grammar. It is indicative mood. 10th, go there. Imperative mood. Now, chapter number 10, the infinitive. Read these sentences. They always find fault with me. They always try to find fault with me. In sentence 1, the verb find has they as its subject, hence the verb find is limited by person and number. We therefore call it a finite verb. It will be noticed that all verbs in the indicative, subjunctive and imperative modes are finite because they are limited by person and number of their subjects. In sentence 2, to find merrily names the action denoted by the verb find and is used without mentioning any subject. It is therefore not limited by person and number as a verb that has an subject and is therefore called the verb infinite or simply the infinitive. Read the following sentences. To err is human. Birds love to sing. To respect our parents is our duty. They refuse to obey the orders. Many men desire to make money quickly. In sentence 1, the infinitive like a noun is the object of the verb is. In sentence 2, the infinitive like a noun is the object of the verb love. In sentence 3, the infinitive like a noun is the subject of the verb but like a verb, it also takes an object. In sentence 4, the infinitive like a noun is the object of the verb refused but like a verb, it also takes an object. In sentence 5, the infinitive like a noun is the object of the verb desire but like a verb, it also takes an object and is modified by an adverb. It will be seen that the infinitive is a kind of noun with certain features of the verb, especially that of taking an object when the verb is transitive and adverbally qualifier. In short, the infinitive is a verb noun. The word to be frequently used with the infinitive but is an essential part of sign of it. Thus, after certain verb bid, led, made, need, dare, except when it means to challenge, see here, we use the infinitive without to as bid him go there, we need not go today, I bid him go, you need not wait, let him sit there, you dare not do it, I will not let you go, I saw him do that, make him stand, I heard him cry, I made him run. The infinitive without to is also used after the verb shall, will, do, did, should, would, may, might and the verb must and can, could. You should do it, you will be compelled to do it. He may, he is permitted to go, he is at liberty to go. You must go, you are commanded to go. I can swim, I am able to swim. The infinitive without to is also used after had, better, had rather, would rather, sooner than, rather than, as. You had better ask permission. I had rather play than work. I would rather die than suffer so. Also in certain political expression as they did nothing but dance and sing. Use of the infinitive. The infinitive with or without adjuncts may be used like a noun as the subject of the verb, as to find fault is easy, to err is human, as the object of the transitive verb, as I do not mean to read, he likes to play cards, as the complement of a verb, as her greatest pleasure is to sing, as the object of a preposition, as he had no choice but except to obey, the speaker is about to begin, as an objective complement, as I saw him. The infinitive is also used to qualify a verb using to express purpose, as he calls to see my brother for the purpose of seeing my brother. To qualify an adjective, as figs are good to eat. To qualify a noun, as this is not the time to play. To qualify a sentence, as to tell the truth I quit forget my promise. It will be seen that in 1 and 2 the gradinal infinitive does the work of an adverb, in third it does the work of an adjective, in fourth it is used absolutely. The infinitive may be active or passive. When active, it may have a present and a perfect form and may merely name the act, or it may represent progressive and continued action. Now active: present, to love; perfect, to have loved; present continuous, to be loving; perfect continuous, to have been loving. When passive, the infinitive has a present and a perfect form: present, to be loved; perfect, to have been loved. Exercise: state how the infinitive is used in the following sentences. Okay, the first one: there was nothing for it but to fight. To fight is the object of the preposition. Object of preposition, but except. Okay, next, the order to advance was given. To advance, qualify a noun. Qualify a noun, order. Okay, third one: he is slow to forgive. To forgive, qualify the adjective slow. And fools who came to scoff remain to pray. To scoff, complement of the verb came, and to pray, complement of the verb remain. Next, thus to relive the wrist was his pride. To relive is the subject of was. Subject of was. Sixth one: full many a flower is born to blush unseen. To blush is a complement of the verb. Complement of the verb is born. Seventh, music hath charms to soothe the savage breast. To soothe, qualify the noun charms. Qualify the noun charms. Eighth, to retreat was difficult, to advance was impossible. So, to retreat, subject of was, subject of was. To advance, subject of was, subject of was. 9, everybody wishes to enjoy life. To enjoy, object of wishes, object of wishes. 10th, there was not a moment to be lost. To be lost, qualify a noun. Qualify a noun, moment. moment. An infinitive should be in the present tense unless it represents an action prior to that of the governing verb, as I should have liked to go, not to have gone, but we correctly say he seems to have enjoyed his safety here. So children, with this we have completed chapter number 9 and 10 both. 9 you have to do on page number 50 and 10 you have to complete your work on page number 54 in your textbooks. Thank you.